The Philippine economy has grown significantly in the year of 2021, boasting an 11.8% growth in the second quarter of the year, according to the data of the Philippine Statistics Authority or PSA. This huge improvement has emphasized the Philippines' recovery from the economic regression of the past year of 2020. Last year, since the beginning of the pandemic, the Philippine Gross Domestic Product or GDP dropped to an all-time low with a negative 16.5% in the second quarter of 2020 due to pandemic-induced economic regression. Last year, the Philippines was in a technical recession for the first time since 1991. Meanwhile, PSA reported that Philippine trade deficit widened in the last quarter of 2021. With a total trade deficit of $33.21 billion, with agricultural trade in deficit with $2.4 billion, with imports of grain products over $900 million keeping the trade balance in the negative. The Interagency Development Budget Coordination Committee or DBCC had raised the Philippine GDP growth target to 5 to 5.5%. A faster than expected growth in the third quarter prompted the Duterte administration to hike its economic target for this year. Investment banking giant Goldman Sachs Economics Research projected that the Philippines' GDP growth will hit 7.3% within the government's 7 to 9% target, making it the fastest growing economy in Southeast Asia according to data from ASEAN. Overall, there is an optimistic outlook for 2022. Experts see a very strong economy for the Philippines with the expected increased spending from the 2022 elections as well as the rehabilitation of Visayas and Mindanao. These challenges would soon translate into opportunities in the coming year. Philippines Olympic representative Hidilyn Diaz wins the Philippines' first ever Olympic gold medal. Hidilyn Diaz officially qualified for the 2020 Tokyo Olympics after her stint in the women's 55-kilogram event in the Asian Weightlifting Championships in Uzbekistan. The 30-year-old's 224-kilogram total weight lifted also gained an Olympic record. After the victory, Diaz said that it was a dream come true. Filipinos expressed support and pride over the historic success of Diaz while representing the Philippines. After her magnificent stint at Tokyo Olympics, Hidilyn Diaz received close to 50 million pesos for winning in the women's 55-kilogram weightlifting competition at the Tokyo Olympics. Under Republic Act No. 10699 or the National Athletes and Coaches Benefits and Incentives Act, Olympic gold medalists will be rewarded a 10 million peso prize. The country's business tycoons, to include Manny Pangilinan and Ramon Ang, pledged 10 million pesos each. Zamboanga City, hometown of Diaz, pledged 2.5 million pesos. House Deputy Speaker Mikey Romero committed 3 million pesos. A house and lot and condominium were also offered to Diaz. President Rodrigo Duterte congratulated Hidilyn Diaz for winning the Philippines' first ever Olympic gold medal. To honor Diaz, the president gave her a house and lot as part of the housing project for the military and 3 million pesos from his own pocket. Later on, the Olympic gold medalist got engaged to her longtime coach Julius Naranjo with a whopping million peso worth custom-made diamond engagement ring featuring a barbell with a diamond on top made by Manila Diamond Studio with an engraving of Tokyo 2020. Maria Angelita Ressa, a Filipino journalist and author, co-founder and CEO of online news website Rappler.com, is the recipient of the 2021 Nobel Peace Prize.
I didn't know if I was going to be here today. Every day, I live with the real threat of spending the rest of my life in jail because I'm a journalist. When I go home, I have no idea what the future holds, but it's worth the risk. The destruction has already happened. Now it's time to build, to create the world we want. Impunity must stop. Democracy has become a woman-to-woman, man-to-man defense of our values. we're at a sliding door moment where we can continue down the path we're on and descend further into fascism. Or we can choose to fight for a better world. To do that, please ask yourself, what are you willing to sacrifice for the truth?
Maria Ressa of the Philippines, along with Dmitry Muratov of Russia, received their Nobel Peace Prize diploma and medal during the gala award ceremony in Oslo, Norway. Investigative journalists Ressa and Muratov won the prestigious award for their work in promoting freedom of expression at a time when liberty of the press is increasingly under threat. Nobel Peace Prize winner is known for her open protest against President Rodrigo Duterte's war on drugs. She has spent nearly 2 decades working as a lead investigative reporter in Southeast Asia for CNN. Ressa has been arrested multiple times on charges of libel over the investigative story about police abuse of power during the drug campaign, as well as an alleged corruption scheme at the De La Salle College of St. Benilde. Duterte has targeted the journalist because of her work and media coverage of the brutal campaign of the president against drugs. Former President Benigno Noynoy Aquino III died on June 24 due to an illness at an age of 61. Aquino, son of former Senator Benigno Ninoy Aquino Jr. and former President Corazon Aquino, was elected president in 2010. He had been suffering from various illnesses since 2019. Filipinos paid their last respects to Aquino by highlighting the key legacies of his presidency. During his term, the Philippines was crowned the fastest-growing economy in Asia with a 6.9% growth rate in the first quarter of 2016. His final year as president, Aquino was also the Philippine president who brought China to court over disputes involving the West Philippine Sea. For Golden Nation Network, this is Ezra Raya.